Truck drivers don't believe the Tesla Cybertruck is a real truck. You mean a real truck that it's vapor? Because it hasn't shipped, or do you mean a real truck
compared to like F-150 or something?
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that. It does seem like something new. It fits the rough form factor of a truck, but it's also electric, and the interior is like, it's not typical truck by any means.
Right. But if you see a Model 3, like, do you call it a sedan as well? Do you consider it that?
Car.
Or like
I just say car.
Okay. Or like a Model S. Do you think it's a sports car?
Car. You know what I mean? Like, I see cars, I see trucks, and I see SUVs.
Yeah.
That's what I see when I look over there. And the odd van. Historically, truck drivers have been more resistant to the electric transition, and there's a good reason for that. Well, truck drivers are a very specific bunch because it's all about the utility, flexibility. You know, like when I was driving around that Tesla in the winter, like I just really wished that I had my truck because there's something about just whipping stuff in the bed of it and like messy stuff. It's just a different feeling you have with it. You're never really concerned. Everyone's like, oh, it's snowing. Oh, dear. And you're just like, yeah, it's cool. Where we got to go? I got to go to Pickering? Okay. You're not. It's
yeah,
just
there's confidence there.
Different mindset. And it's a combination of things. It's not just having bigger tires and four-wheel drive. That's a big part of it. It's also about having ground clearance. It's about, and in some ways, I would say it's about having a gas-powered vehicle to a certain extent, because it's readily available, even if you're out in rural areas, which a lot of truck owners are.
You don't have to, like, be scared of the cold as
no,
much.
when you hit that heater in your truck, and when in your gas-powered vehicle, it's just humming along. All these things that you take for granted, and then you're in an EV, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like this, you're getting cold air out of the thing, or like warm instead of hot, and then your battery is just getting smashed, and then your heated seat, you're like, please, please.
But you tried the Hummer EV. Do you think it's a truck? You had it for like a good
but
week.
It wasn't in the winter either.
Yeah.
The winter really changed my EV thing a little bit.
Okay.
The Canadian winter changed my EV impression a little bit. It doesn't mean I don't like it. It doesn't mean I don't drive it. It doesn't mean it's not doable. It just was like, okay, it's not better in every way. Just be honest with it. It's not better in every way. Here we have a survey showing that 35% of truck drivers are considering going electric. Well, I think this is one of the reasons why Ford did the traditional looking truck, because they already knew there was apprehension there. Well, they're like, hey, if it looks like an F-150 but happens to be electric, maybe some people go for that. But it's a real range thing. Or should I say range or charge infrastructure, or when you're using something for work, the way you look at it is totally different. Like
it has to be practical.
Yeah, when you're an enthusiast in Tesla, it's almost novel. All your little stops and routing your thing. And when it's recreational, it's different. But when it's work, if you got to be somewhere on a particular job site at a particular time, and all of a sudden your range isn't what you thought it was when you went to bed, that's getting ugly quick. So there's some things that got to get figured out over there. But anyway, here's the infograph. When do truck drivers see themselves making the switch to electric? 2% say within the next year. 25% say in the next 2 to 3 years. 30% say 4 to 5 years. And 18% say more than 6 years from now. So they ain't ready.
And some popular ones here.
Popular electric pickup trucks that current truck drivers are most excited about. Number 1, F-150 Lightning. Number 2, Tesla Cybertruck. 3, Silverado EV. 4, Tacoma EV. 5, Rivian R1T. 6, GMC Sierra EV. And 7, Canoe pickup truck. Oh, the Canoe pickup truck got in there. Yeah, Cybertruck will be interesting when it actually hits the roads. It'll take a while for people to fully embrace it and say that's a real thing that exists. But it's going to go from 0 to 100 real quick, just like Drake said.
But does that matter? You know,
I don't mean that. I didn't mean the speed.
Oh, okay.
I meant the actual proliferation, and I meant in the same way that we went from there's a Tesla on my street to there's 1,000. That's going to happen with the Cybertruck, and then people are going to stop talking about the way it looks, and they're going to hate it. People are going to just hate it because it's going to hit so fast and so far that they're just going to be like, man, I remember the world before every other door had one of those Cybertrucks.
So 44% of people think the Cybertruck is a truck and 56% is a no. So that's interesting insight.